Hello and welcome to another edition of Paranormal Activity and Mysterious Stories. Let me give you a quick rundown of what I got going on in this video. The first one is from Reddit. It's a possible UFO filmed outside of an airplane. Nothing real spectacular, but still interesting. Second video is from Earth Files. Now, this is, I'm sure many of you people have heard of Linda Moulton Howe. But this is a very good article that she recently released about the bloodless animal mutilations that are taking place in Kenya, Sweden, France, England, and the United States. So yeah, this calorie mutilation isn't something that's just isolated to the United States. It's apparently happening all over the world. And let's see, another article here. It's just some artwork, the examples of 5 artwork to prove that aliens visited Earth since ancient times, which again, here they say the word visited. I don't think they're visiting. I think the reason why our ancient ancestors saw these aliens is not because they were visiting, but because they were our neighbors back then too. I think even back then there must have been a highly advanced civilization that lived alongside us, as we were progressing along the timeline. This goes back to the Paleolithic or Neolithic era. So, UFOs have been interacting with us for a long time. And let's see, another article here, but astronomers baffled by a mysterious object coming to Earth. And I think, in this video here, they're going to try to say that it's a rocket booster from 50 years ago, and based on the trajectory, that's what it is. I don't know, there seems to be a lot of other indications that they're definitely expecting something, something from deep space. A lot of articles about meteors and things suddenly appearing in our skies. But who knows? We'll take a look at that. And let's see, here is a great article about the strange hollow earth case that Admiral Byrd. People may have heard of Admiral Byrd taking a lot of military ships. It was supposed to be a scientific expedition, but based on all the different types of ships, they call it Operation High Jump. And then, supposedly they encountered UFOs. They say extraterrestrial forces, but to me, no, they're not extraterrestrials. They probably encountered, again, I'm going to call them our neighbors. And they got their butts kicked. But anyways. And then last is a video called the Alien Project, but it goes into a lot of detail on the Nazca mummies that they found. They don't really talk a lot about it. There's some text in between, some of the video, but it's just mainly some really good close-up shots of this alien mummy. So let's see. So let's go to the first one here. Possible UFO filmed outside airplane window in southern Russia. Let's go full screen here. Start at the beginning. I'm just seeing a strange light at the moment, but definitely unusual to be. Interesting the way it's lit up that way. A lot of people, again, I've said this in some of my other videos. They make comments about how, if they're trying to hide, why do their spaceships light up? Well, I think the illumination is a byproduct of their anti-gravity or their propulsion system. It has something to do with the molecules around their craft being ionized, and that's how they are able to float or propel themselves in our atmosphere. All right, so let's take a look at this. All right, this is Earth Files, and Linda Moulton Howe. If you haven't heard of Linda Moulton Howe, please look her up. She is definitely one of the most prolific researchers in this field. She is hands down. I think she's the best. Yeah, I think she's the best. She's very detailed in all of her research, and she only presents evidence. She very rarely will, she offer she offers opinions, but yeah, she really she does a great job of presenting evidence. But let's see what she says here. Bloodless animal mutilations in Kenya, Sweden, France, England, United States. To my surprise, there were no signs of blood in the immediate area or around its wounds, and we failed to hear any sounds coming from the cow's pen during the night when I kept my 7 animals. Oh yeah, what I wanted to say, Linda Moulton Howe is actually the first person that I heard mention that we're not alone on this planet. She's actually the one who has come to the conclusion that we share this planet with several advanced species. Actually, her and a few other people. I remember watching a video of her and her saying that, and then it dawned on me. Then I started thinking back about all of the different UFO shows that I was watching and how it's like one encounter after another. And then, I came across articles about how our ancestors found, they were cave paintings with UFOs. And I realized, wow, that's, they've been quote unquote visiting. They're not visiting. It's because they probably live here too. Yeah, but she was, after listening to her was what prompted me to change my way of thinking. September 28th, 2020, Albuquerque, New Mexico. This year there have been reports of bloodless cattle mutilations ranging from Oregon to England, France, and Sweden. Now, on September 25th, 2020, from the Kenya News Agency comes the seemingly impossible bloodless removal of an unborn calf from a pregnant cow in Kericho, Kenya, Africa. And yeah, I'm definitely not going to go into this whole thing, but I recently listened to a speech that she gave, and her conclusion about what's going on with these calves is there could be some type of genetic engineering, like maybe they're either studying, studying these calves or studying the samples and looking at the changes, or they are using these animals in order to repair or produce more of the grays, because supposedly the grays are clones. Yeah, so maybe if they need to make more clones or something, maybe they're using the cells or something from these cows, or maybe if they get hurt or if they break a bone or something, maybe they come and they can repair themselves using these animals. But anyways, I'll leave a link to this article. Definitely interesting to read. Let's go to this next one. Revealed 5 artworks to prove that aliens visited Earth since ancient times. According to many ufologists and conspiracy theorists out there, these ancient artworks are direct proof that aliens have already visited our planet before, and that they will most likely do it. So again, they're not visiting, they're our neighbors. The rock drawings of Valcamonica are part of the more than 200,000 petroglyphs that were uncovered near the Central Alps of northern Italy. I can't make these images any larger. They're believed to be over 10,000 years old by now, and they depict humanoid creatures with strange objects in their hand that seemingly wear astronaut clothes, according to the experts. The lid of the sarcophagus of the Mayan king Pakal weighs 5 tons and is supposedly dating back to around 673 CE, which is when the kings stopped ruling. In a book released in 1968 titled Chariots of the God by von Daniken, the author states that this might be the key to our first encounter with aliens in known history. The hieroglyphs in Temple of Seti I all date back to 3,000 years ago when they were originally uncovered in Abydos, Egypt. Yeah, look at these flying objects. I wonder if if they are flying objects, if these were used in the construction of some of the pyramids. The showcase hieroglyphs that resemble helicopters, planes, and even a strange aircraft among the unusual symbols. The winged disc on the relief from the palace of Ashurnasirpal II, the king of Assyria, dates back to the time when this king ruled, which was around 865 to 860 BC, and as you can tell from the pictures, the king is seen in two positions worshiping Ashur, the Mesopotamian god, as he hovers above the ground in a feathered or winged disc, which is believed to be a UFO. Yeah, I think that that's what this symbolizes. You know, that they wanted people to know that this guy was in the air flying by depicting wings, because at that time the only thing that people saw in the air were birds. Last but not least, we have the ancient artwork in Sharama, which depicts the first encounters of the caveman with the extraterrestrials. Very interesting. Anyways, I'll leave a link in the description. Let's see, let's go to this one. Astronomers baffled by mysterious object coming to Earth. Mini moons are a unique space phenomenon that usually happens when an asteroid is caught by Earth's gravitational pull and temporarily orbits the planet. But now, astronomers are baffled by an object which is on track to enter Earth's orbit in November, and it doesn't seem like an asteroid, reports Global News and UFO sighting hotspot. According to the director of NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, this mini-moon, which they have called Asteroid 2020 SO, could be a lost booster rocket from the 60s. So they're basically suggesting that this man-made booster rocket traveled through space only to resurface close to Earth after more than 50 years. Is that possible, or is this object isn't man-made at all?
Made up, but a mini-moon is a very real space phenomenon. It happens when an asteroid gets caught in Earth's gravitational pull, then temporarily starts orbiting our planet. But one object entering our orbit later this year is raising the eyebrows of astronomers because, as Mike Droulet explains, it doesn't look like an asteroid.
The mighty Centaur is on its pad at Cape Canaveral.
NASA fired a lot of Centaur rockets into the atmosphere in the 1960s.
Malfunction.
They didn't all work out. But that was the trial and error part of the space race. In 1960.
Yeah, basically they're going to say that what this thing is one of the booster rockets from this asteroid, or from this rocket that they launched 50 years ago. I'm gonna find that kind of hard to believe, but we will wait until November when this thing comes around, and I will definitely be keeping an eye out for this story so I can bring it up in another video. Okay, so let's look at this other article here. The strange hollow earth case of Admiral Richard Byrd. There comes a time when the rationality of men must fade into insignificance, and one must accept the inevitability of the truth. I am not at liberty to disclose the following documentation at this writing. Perhaps it shall never see the light of public scrutiny, but I must do duty and record here for all to read one day. In a world of greed and exploitation of mankind can no longer suppress that which is truth. Medal of Honor recipient Admiral Richard E. Byrd allegedly wrote his encounter with a lost civilization in Antarctica. According to Hollow Earth theorist, Byrd met an ancient race underground in the South Pole. How was this left out from Byrd's mission, Operation High Jump? Could it be one big hoax conspiracy theorists love to fantasize? According to Byrd's diary, the government ordered Byrd to remain silent for what he witnessed during his Arctic assignment. So this happened on March 11th in 1947. So anyways, this whole article goes on to basically talk about, what happened with Admiral Byrd. He encountered supposedly some strange ships that could fly from pole to pole. But anyways, I'll leave a link in the description. You want to check it out. And let's look at this last one here. Now, this one, like I said, it's just a video about the Nazca mummies. Turn down this video here, audio. But yeah, it just, it has some really nice close-ups of these creatures. From my understanding, the white stuff on the creatures are, I think it's diatomaceous earth, which is what helped preserve them. And I think this shot here really is is a good reference to see what the size of these things actually are in relation to us. Just imagine there are little things like this running around. And and people who still want to think that this is fake, this is hoax, go ahead and believe whatever you want to believe. These things have gone through a lot of research. They're definitely real. But anyways, that's, this is about it for the video. Yeah, this goes into 60 centimeters long. I don't know, I think is this Portuguese? I don't know what language that is. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.